Fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, like I know it's Adam Byrne and Tom Daly. They're doing well. I think Tom might be on the bench tomorrow night. Adam has obviously had a great run. He's scoring lots of tries, and I think that there's an awful lot to be said for the rural clubs and the way that they're bringing these players through. Obviously you've got Sean O'Brien on the road in Tullow. You have the likes of Shane Horgan from a few years ago as well, and it's certainly, I think, it's a great kind of untapped resource, I think, for talent, and I think more and more players from the likes of Carlow are going to come through in years to come.
Nick, you've worked at the helm of Irish Rugby as well. How important are small clubs like this, junior clubs, right up to the...
I think it's hugely important. I think Irish Rugby is in a good place at the moment, and I think the way the IRFU have managed the game has been exceptional. They've obviously put a lot of money into the pathway over the last 2-3 years, where they're now identifying players at 14, 15 years of age, putting them on nutrition programs, putting them on strength and conditioning programs. So they're actually identifying players a lot earlier now, and I think that's really positive from an Irish Rugby point of view, because it means that the talent is actually going to get looked after from a younger age.
Nick, the momentum is keeping with the Irish team as well. Touch wood, going okay so far in the Six Nations, with a good year last year, beating the All Blacks, South Africa and Australia in a calendar year as well. But more work is being done, and you've one of the main men here tonight, Johnny Sexton, who was back in the green last week. How important was that?
Listen, I think Johnny is an absolutely world-class player. He's probably the best number 10 in the world at the moment, or very close to it. I think he's a great influence, not just in his own position on the team, but he's a great influence on those around him as well. I think he brings out the best in players like Robbie Henshaw, Gary Ringrose. I think you saw an uplift in Conor Murray's form against France last week, and I think that was in no small way due to having Johnny outside him and giving him the confidence to do what he did. So really, I couldn't talk highly enough about Johnny. I know he's here tonight as a guest, and he'll be speaking later on. And I think that there's a lot of confidence in the group after what we did last year. Scotland was a little bit of a blip, but I'd be reasonably confident going to Wales and hopefully get a win, and then set up a real kind of championship decider against England the following week in the Aviva.
Mick, talk to us about all the players that are coming through. Gary Ringrose, I mean, he didn't just come on the scene all of a sudden. You've been watching him for years. Paddy Jackson's really stepped up over the last year. Jack McGrath's taken the jersey off Cian Healy, more or less. Plenty of lads like that. Robbie Henshaw coming through as well. Simon Zebo's coming of age as well. Talk to us about that journey of identifying those players and bringing them to where they are now.
I mean, as I mentioned the pathway earlier on, that they are being identified at a young age. I think the academy structures and all the provinces is all very strong. And I know you've mentioned a few players there who are household names, but you've guys then like Joey Carberry, who came from the club game this time last year. He was playing AIL for Clontarf, and he comes out kind of 6 months later and closes out the game against New Zealand in Chicago. You have Josh Vander Fleer, who came from Wicklow, come up to the Leinster Academy. Joe put him in against England last year, played really well, and now he's kind of very much part of the squad. You've got a guy like Ulster Delan from Tralee, came through the youth system down in Munster, and again, playing regularly for Connacht. He's got a number of Irish caps now. He's 22 years of age, playing in a very, attritional physical position of second row and doing exceptionally well. So I think the future is definitely bright.